All right, guys, we're here on Saturday. I couldn't come a little earlier, but right now we're on the East Coast, so it's probably around it's 4, so 4 p.m. So, man, all right, let's start from the beginning because this is a little update on the 135. So I put a motor in. It's got ARP head studs, rod bolts, upgraded bearings, main rod bearings, all that. Head gasket started leaking. I wouldn't say leaking, but yeah, I would say leaking. Started leaking. I was getting the oil and coolant wasn't really mixing in the motor, but when I would get into boost, the pressure would build up into the coolant tank. I started noticing it was getting a little bit worse, and I started noticing coolant on the driver's side fender, on the wheel, all that. So, it's building pressure in the coolant tanks, which isn't good. It's if you do a leak down test, it'll show you that the head gasket is messed up. Head gasket is messed up. I was like, it took me maybe a week to see if I really wanted to do this weekend, because there's a roll event that's happening right now in Alabama that I was trying to go to, but I did not have time to go to it. Turns out I needed to replace my throwout bearing in the transmission. That won't get here till Monday, so obviously I can't make it out there. Daquan is out there in the other shop car, in the E90, tearing shit up. But yeah, so sadly I couldn't make it, but I think the next roll event or any other event I should be good. I 2 days ago, after shop closed and everything, I pulled the motor out and just redo it. I had a spare head sitting on the table. It has it's just a new stock head. I mean, I got it cleaned, new valve springs, all that. We put it on. I went with the I think it was 0.30 millimeter oversized head gasket with this one. So I guess the technicalities say that it lowers the compression so I can push more boost. So push more boost safely. And that's what we went with. The engine is now back in the car. I'm just waiting on a throwout bearing to get here, and we'd be good to go. Fuck, man, I really wanted to go to that event, have both cars out there roll racing. Which brings me to this kind of video. It's going to be tied off into maybe the suspension and the wheel setup that I'm about to show you right now. My calipers just got done. I will link a description on my buddy's, put a link in the description of my buddy's business that did the painting of the calipers. He did a really good job. He did my 15-inch conversion calipers, and he just did my upgraded F80 M3 calipers that I just got. So I'm about to show you guys right now. All right, guys. So one thing, this is the stock Brembo that the 1 Series came in. That's the rear one. This is, like I said, the F80 M3 front calipers. They're pretty big, I'm not gonna lie. They go for the 380 millimeter rotors. And right now the car has the stock one. It's just this one I didn't have time to get him to do a S2P sticker, which is the split second performance sticker. And dude, the paint holds out amazing. Obviously it's dusty because the friggin the damn what's that called, pad is pretty much worn out already. So whatever, I didn't want to replace these just because I was going F80. All right, obviously I manual swapped the car. The car was automatic. It is now manual. Yeah, best thing I ever did to this car was make this a manual, because this car is actually like 10 times way funner to drive. I'm thinking of taking it to the mountains soon. But yeah, that's probably for another video, honestly. All right. Damn, I could bring this up. 15-inch conversion. Obviously, I got wheel studs. The other, maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, I put wheel studs on it. And honestly, that's probably been one of my favorite mods to put on these cars, since they do use bolts, which can get pretty annoying trying to put on wheels. I'll eventually upgrade these rotors to like a slotted. I don't like drilled. Drilled with the heat start to crack between the holes. So I'll get slotted instead. I may or may not change these to Willwood or Brembos for the 15-inch conversion, the small ones. But for right now, these stock ones are doing the job. And honestly, I had him paint these too, which he did an amazing job. I don't really care if he got paint on the pad right here. He did them while it was on the car, so really it doesn't really matter. They look freaking amazing. Suspension, rear suspension. I got the rear rev shift H-beams. H-beams, what I call them. I don't really know the technical term, but hey, whatever. Of course, BC Racing, best coilovers out there. I wouldn't say best, because you can get pretty deep in coilovers like the KWs and all that. So I retract that statement. They ride really good for their money's worth. Because like I said, you can get to some really expensive coilovers. But yeah. Megan Racing. Adjustable control arms. For honestly, all the single arms are adjustable. Every single one of them. So this car really holds down to the ground. It sticks to the ground. Man, I'm telling you, like, aside from, like, you know, the car blowing through second, third, and fourth gear, like not even catching traction, this thing sits pretty well on the road. It sticks to the road really well. This side as well. I gotta get another OEM clip for this that holds all this shit up. I don't like the dragging. But yeah, so again, 15-inch conversion. I can fit any drag radial, whatever you want to call it, 17. If I do decide to go stick with the 17s, I'll just put the other calipers back on. But like I said, for now, this is doing its job. I do have some 15s. And what's it called? I just got to throw them on. I haven't done that. So, yeah. That's the gist of the suspension. Oh, one other thing. If you guys do notice when y'all are working on your 1 Series, if you have a 1 Series, you know, check this size out, all right? Look at this size. The size for the rear sway bar on the 1 Series is pretty laughable. It's really like skinny. It's like this big. I'm not even joking. So I upgraded that to the sway bar to the E90 M3 front and rear. I was reading it does have some pros and cons, but I haven't gone to the mountains yet, so I can't really say what the cons are. Maybe oversteer, but like I said, I don't know. It might be understeer or something like that. I can't remember what I was reading, but honestly, I got to go drive it to actually know or tell you guys what really is the pros and cons. But like I said, this thing stays planted. I really love the modifications I've done to this car. Man, I wish I had a flashlight. Hold on, let me get a flashlight. M3 control arms. BC Racing coilover. Like I said, the M3 sway bar, which is a really nice touch to front and rear. And yeah. I completely redid the motor to throw it in the car again. So right now it's in the air, of course. But yeah, man. So that's really the gist of it. It's got a DKM dual clutch, or twin disc dual clutch. What the heck? I meant twin disc clutch. Goddamn. Obviously VRSF intercooler, the 7.5 race. I did upgrade the cooling system to a 335 IS, which I'll show you guys in a new video, which is gonna be the upgraded. Well, not the upgraded, the update to the engine modifications. What have I like done? What are, like, if I want to upgrade any other parts, I'll probably have the gist of that and when I'm gonna do that. But for now, I just got to get this thing back on the road. Obviously, the transmission is right there. Yeah, freaking throw up bearing. Yeah, I'm pretty hot about that. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. I really can't wait to enjoy that car again, just because this has been the funnest car that I've driven. And if you're on the fence of manual swapping your M54, and you just keep going back and forth with it, do it. I recommend it. I love it. That's what I used to drive, as automatics, until I manual swapped this, and that has been the best modification to this car yet. Well, not, I wouldn't say yet, because the manual transmission with the responsiveness of the single turbo, even on twins, it's just, the car just feels completely different. And I really highly advise that if you've been on the fence of doing it, just do it, because man, you're gonna have a lot better time driving this thing, or your car being a manual. But yeah, so guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm trying to pump out more content. It's just been hectic between me finding out that the head gasket needed to be redone, so I completely redid the engine, and now I'm putting it back together. I'm here on a Saturday. Hopefully I can get it finished by the end of the day. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hit the link to subscribe if you want to keep watching more content. I'll make sure to keep making more content for you guys. I've been really bad about it, and I do apologize, but I'm getting back in it, and I should soon be hitting some more events. My plan is to have a road course car, like a time attack type of thing with this car. This car will be fun doing that stuff. So I've set it up to where I can have it like that. I do have a roll cage that I put in it, so you will see that in another video. Like I said, man, this is probably going to be a video. I recorded a video about the roll cage a couple days ago, so it's going to be before. I'm going to post it after I post this video, so it's going to look like, oh, I'm driving the car already. That was before that. It's been kind of hectic on my filming and stuff, but anyways, yeah. So again, thank you guys. Subscribe to see if you want to see more content, and I appreciate you guys. Love you guys, for real. All right, so the 335 IS upgrade, or the IS, obviously the lower coolant pipe comes with. Hold on, let me get this thing out of the way. It comes with the lower coolant hose, has an extra connection that goes to the extra water cooler over there. It's another small radiator for the oh, I gotta clean that, for the coolant. Obviously this is the coolant, and I kept this a stock oil cooler. I don't really want to upgrade it to an, just because I've had bad experiences with the fittings that they come with. They always leak. You don't want any leaks right here, obviously because your serpentine belt is right here. Obviously I have it off. I just threw the motor in. We're gonna wrap most of this up tonight before I leave. It is 5:36. I mean, I did the transmission and clutch and all that in under an hour. It's the same day I posted on the suspension and wheel, the wheel video. So this is the same day. This video will probably be after that. Other than that, the motor's still like, stock everything else other than the head bolts, the studs, head studs and all that. A VTT oil catch can is on its way. I'm hoping I can get it sometime next week on like Monday or Tuesday. That'll be a nice touch to this. Like I said, I'm looking for a Doc Race intake manifold, the forward facing one. I just want to match everything with Doc Race. That shit's nice. That's some nice stuff right there. AIC PI controller. Yeah, that's the gist of it. It's not much. It is, but it isn't. Single turbo, big turbo. It's a really nice turbo. It's a ball bearing, obviously. This thing gets up, man. Even on just like its top PSI is about 23, 24 PSI. It depends on how cold it is. But it stays generally between 23 PSI. So this car runs really, really good. Aside from, the leaking head gasket, which I fixed a couple days ago. I stayed at the shop till like 5 a.m. redoing this motor. Yeah. So that's the update. Obviously, headlight delete. What is this thing on? Headlight delete, so I don't get pulled over with that. I added that. Yeah, man, it's starting to come together. This car will be running by Monday. It's not going to take me long. Like I said, all I got is the engine bay stuff, which is over here. And, man, we're good to go. I'll probably put this together with the video that I just made for the suspension and, the transmission and clutch. Well, you'll see it. It'll be attached to this video, the same video. The videos I'm recording right now aren't really too long, so I think I'll just make one whole long video. I hope you enjoy and watch it. Like I said, thank you so much for the support. It's been a long time since I've uploaded anything, and to get this car running again has been it's been amazing. I've been driving this car for a little over 2,000 miles, and that saying, smiles. What's that saying? Smiles per smiles or something like that. It's true, man. This car is really fun to drive now that it's manual. I may get it wrong. Type in the message in the comments if I got it wrong or not. I really like to know that saying. It's a saying. I just don't know it on top of my head. I gotta hear it again for me. Like, oh yeah, oh shit, yeah, that's it. But yeah, so I'm gonna get started on this. Try and wrap this intake stuff. Put the downpipe back in. The turbo housing is not going to be ready till Monday, so I'll have the car fully running on Monday. But everything else is going back in. Hopefully, we get the dual catch cans from VTT in. I'm really excited for those because that setup is just, man, it's so damn nice. It's one of the cleanest setups next to the Radium dual catch can setup, which doesn't compare because nothing else compares. Those two catch can setups are really, really nice, and it's a really nice upgrade. You need to add a catch can for the vacuum side for your turbo to drain properly. You don't want to have engine setup where your turbo doesn't drain properly and everything's just working in conjunctions. If you don't have it, it can blow out your seals, like your front and rear main seals. I've seen them blow on higher boosts, like 28 psi. So it just keeps everything in loop and it keeps everything happy. So this turbo doesn't blow or start leaking through their seals. Because once that hit that point, you're gonna have to rebuild the turbo or get a new one. And honestly, for a $2,000 turbo, why not just get a $700 oil catch can setup? But you guys pick. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I've pretty much done everything I've ever wanted to do to this car. So now it's just time to, go enjoy it, drive it, do some roll racing, do some time attack stuff. But this car is ready to hit the damn streets now that everything's finished. Next step, of course, is going to be the built motor. That's going to be fun. So until next time, thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up with this build. I'm going to be doing actually a lot more shop content. I think me and Daquan are going to start doing a YouTube for Split Second Performance. And yeah, let's get all these builds gone and ready and keep them up to date and all in every service. And I would love nothing than to see everybody's builds that come through here shine on the street. I just love that kind of shit. I'm not really a negative person. I love these cars. A lot of people do too. I just want to see everybody shine. So thank you so much. Subscribe, like, hate, whatever y'all want to do. Thank you so much for watching. To the next one.